Happy Friday, everyone. This is Pastor Nat from Back to the Bible. And it is Friday, but not only is it Friday, it is a Friday in December, and that means it is a time to remember Christmas. It is Advent. And so today, we're going to help you move closer to Jesus by looking at how God is in control. What is it that you have anticipated most in your life? What was that gift or that event that you waited for and longed for the most? How long did you have to wait for it? Was it a marriage that you waited for after 2 years of being engaged? Was it the trip to Disney? You've been saving up for years and finally you got your down payment on it, but you still had to wait 6 more months till you were able to go. Was it the adoption of a child that you had fostered for many years, and finally, the child became part of your family? Whatever it was, I don't think there has ever been a greater anticipation than for the Messiah. That's what we want to talk about today, as we are just 1 week away from Christmas. Here we are in the season of Advent, the season of remembering and anticipating that Christmas day. Well, what I want to do is talk about prophecies regarding the birth of the Messiah. You see, back in Genesis 3, God pointed towards the coming Messiah. In verse 15, he spoke of a descendant of Adam and Eve, saying that he would be bruised but not defeated. Instead, the bruiser would become defeated. Thousands of years of waiting for this Messiah, the anticipation of the coming Messiah. But do you realize that it would be 700 years before the birth of Jesus, that the prophet Isaiah would say that the virgin would bear a son, and his name would be Emmanuel, meaning God with us? We find that in Isaiah 7 verse 14. Well, we know from Matthew chapter 1 that Jesus would be born of a virgin, the Virgin Mary. 700 years of waiting, of anticipating for this miraculous virgin birth to transpire. But we know that this prophecy would become fulfilled. The prophet Micah, he would prophesy 700 years before the birth of the Messiah. He said in Micah chapter 5, "But you, O Bethlehem, are only a small village among all the people of Judah. Yet a ruler of Israel, whose origins are in the distant past, will come from you on my behalf." You see, the prophet Micah said that this Messiah would be born in the town of Bethlehem, just a small village, an insignificant village. But we know that according to Matthew chapter 2, this is exactly where Mary and Joseph would go to deliver the baby. They would return back to fulfill a census. But this wasn't by chance. This was designed by God. The Messiah predicted to be born in Bethlehem, and so he was. But then we know from the story of the birth of Jesus that because King Herod was looking to kill all of the newborn sons, Joseph and Mary and Jesus, they would have to depart. They would flee to Egypt. Did you know that even this was prophesied? It was prophesied in Hosea chapter 11. Hosea said, "When Israel was a child, I loved him, and I called him out of Egypt. I called my son." This prophecy came 700 years before the birth of Jesus. But did you know that even the coming of the wise men was predicted by the prophet Isaiah? 700 years before the birth of Jesus, Isaiah said, "Your eyes will shine, and your heart will thrill with joy. Merchants from around the world will come to you. They will bring you the wealth of many lands." There are over 2,500 prophecies in the Bible, and over 2,000 of them have been fulfilled without error. There are over 350 prophecies fulfilled in Jesus Christ alone. Whatever it is you're going through this holiday season, you truly do not have to worry. God is watching over you. He is in control of it all. Now, that doesn't mean that He is forcing something to happen, but it may mean that He is allowing something to happen for a greater purpose. But maybe you're feeling alone. Maybe you're feeling stuck or angry or whatever it is. The same God, from the moment that Adam and Eve betrayed Him, He still loved them, and He had a plan to redeem them. He had a plan to redeem you. The same God who saved Abraham and King David and a fisherman named Peter and a religious zealot and a murderer named Paul is the same God who has saved you. My challenge to you today is this. Look at the track record of God. Look at His record of fulfilling His promises. God has promised to never leave you nor forsake you. Today, ask God to help you believe it. Ask God to help you trust Him fully. And then I challenge you to simply be still and know that He is God. Hey, thanks for joining me today. If you found today's discussion helpful, please leave a review and share this podcast with your friends on social media. Plus, if you're like most of us, maybe you're struggling today, don't worry, you're not alone. I would love to help. So download our app called Go Tandem. Check out Go Tandem and let us help you win the day.